What is up, everyone, and welcome back to another Monday SlabStox Live here, 6 p.m. Eastern Time on the SlabStox YouTube channel. Super excited to be back here today. There's been a lot of big free agency news coming out of the NFL, different trades and such throughout the weekend as well. But the one big deal still has not been announced yet. Aaron Rodgers to the Jets. I saw Trey Wingo try to get some people going crazy today on Twitter about it, and then I saw Ian Rappaport shut that down pretty quickly and said there's still no word on it. And at this point now, I'm just kind of annoyed because, why make a big deal about going to a dark space for 4 days straight if you're not going to have an idea of what you're doing after going to a dark space for 4 days straight?
It's frustrating. He didn't spend 4 days. He only spent 2 days.
Even 2 days, yeah.
Doesn't really come out with anything, but also it's like part of me realizes that Aaron Rodgers doesn't really say much about the whole situation. It's just the media constantly. Yeah, it makes a big deal. If the media didn't make a big deal, you'd kind of forget about it until it happened, right?
Yeah, I get it. But either way, at this point, there's no point in him saying after the season. Okay, my biggest thing is right after the season ended, he goes, "Oh, it'll be much faster than last year." And last year went until like right now, basically the right before the league's year started. And now here we are in 2023, the same thing right up until the league year starts. So don't say it's going to be faster than last year if it's not. That's all I got to say.
Yep, I agree.
But we're going to be looking at some different cards, some different market movements, doing a little maybe prediction action, just having some fun talking about if a card market will be hotter or not as hot this time or during the season for the players that have been on the move. So we'll look at 5 different players and 5 different cards that have already moved in price a little bit or haven't moved in price. And then I will be specifically sharing, I think it's around 10 must-sell cards right now, in my opinion. Of course, like, it all depends on what you pay for a card. That doesn't mean that this card's going to just tank in value after this. It's just for fun. So we'll look at those during the episode as well today. But here we go. Hot or not. First player, Nate, describe what happened this weekend with the trade.
All right, so the Panthers sold the farm for the sake of moving up, and for some reason they also sold to draft a QB, and for some reason they sold the wide receiver he could pass to. So riddle me that one. But good for the Bears picking up DJ Moore, the 9th pick, the 61st pick in this year's draft, the first round pick in 2024, and a second round pick in 2025. The DJ Moore one is crazy to me, though. We're talking about a dude who, over the course of the last since 2019, I think he is 9th in the league in receiving yards. He's averaging over 1,000 yards per season his 5 years into his career, and the Bears just picked him up in a trade for the number 1 pick with other picks. It's crazy. What a great snag for them. I hate to say it, but what a great snag for the Bears.
I heard that the Panthers GM wanted to give up their 2025 first round pick as well instead of DJ Moore, but the Bears said no deal if we don't get DJ Moore back in the trade. So I gotta say, a team that at one point looked like the biggest idiots for trading up one spot to draft Mitchell Trubisky, very quickly turned into a team that actually looked like they're competent and know what they're doing by picking up DJ Moore, multiple picks to get out of a pick that, obviously trusting Justin Fields is the biggest thing, I guess, but I don't think they should have drafted him in 2021 if they didn't trust him at this point. Like, you get this far with him, so why would you not, try to get him to the next level with adding some weapons and more picks and more players around him? So I guess that's really what you're supposed to be doing if you're a team looking to rebuild. So congrats to the Bears fans out there. And his market. Go ahead.
And this is what you're supposed to be doing with a rookie contract QB. Is you grab the DJ Moores on a big contract. You sign the Tremaine Edmonds of the world to big contracts. You fill up your team, and then you try to win that one Super Bowl in that rookie contract, and then go from there.
I agree.
Which I hope it doesn't happen.
No, I hope it doesn't happen either. I mean, that would stink as Packers fans. But his market, man, it really got hot quite quickly. And in some regards, like, oh man, his card's doubling. We're looking at his 2018 Prism Silver Auto PSA 10 right here, $90 January 16th to $200 March 13th. Well, if you think about January 16th, it's like Panthers just missed the playoffs. They got PJ Walker as their quarterback. There's nothing really on the radar that says that they're gonna trade for the number 1 pick, over the last couple months, and then boom, out of nowhere, here we are, big deal, and DJ Moore goes to the, and even if they were to trade for the number one pick, I don't think many people would pick DJ Moore to be the guy going over in the deal, maybe.
No.
And all that kind of crazy stuff happens. So I don't think it's that out there to say like, his situation was not great in Carolina. I'm not saying it's amazing in Chicago, but definitely better than what it was. And playing with Fields, an exciting young player, will have him in the highlights more than definitely with the Panthers. So
What's confusing to me is it feels like DJ Moore's the type of guy that you could have probably. He's 25 years old. He's signed to. Let me find his contract here real quick, if I can. Okay, Pro Football Focus doesn't have contracts on. I'm pretty sure he signed to a long-term extension. He's 25 years old. This feels like the type of guy that you could have just traded away for a first and a second from a team.
he did sign a 3-year, $62 million extension, I think, with the Panthers.
Cheap.
I think he's right now on a. Oh wait, no, that's a different. Yeah, that's what the extension was. Yeah, so pretty good for the Bears. And Bazooka Tom says, "Are you guys complimenting the Bears?"
Can you believe it?
Unfortunately, we did. Yes, we did. What's up, Tech? And I hope it's Jordan Love time soon, indeed. But to me, I guess DJ Moore. Here's the thing: you either sell now, or you have to wait until the season starts. I'd say like 2 months from now, unless they do some really good moves in the draft. I just don't think that this card will be $200 2 months from now. But like, will it be hotter or less during the season? It all depends on how the Bears do, and I can't predict that.
Dude, his cap hit goes down. Like it's 20 million this year, and then it goes down to 16 million the following 2 years. So not only do they get him for 3 years, but they get the biggest cap hit on the year they can afford it the most, and then it goes down by 4 million the next 2 years when he's going to be 26 and 27.
Sounds like
Stupid
good business
Panthers.
to me. Yeah, Panthers really helping out the Bears a lot here. All right, Jimmy Garoppolo. This was I didn't follow the Raiders situation enough since the Derek Carr move. Was this a thing that was possibly going to happen, or this come out of nowhere?
Well, it's because of what can I think of their head coach's name right now?
Oh, McDaniels, Josh McDaniels.
Josh McDaniels. Thank you. Yeesh. Sometimes names just do not come to me, and it's like, how can you not think of Josh McDaniels' name? It's because Josh McDaniels used to have him when he was backup QB.
Yeah,
in New England. So a lot of people thought this was a likely scenario.
Okay, likely scenario. What's up, Joe? Glad you're here. But his Contenders 2014 rookie ink on card auto, 1 of 1. This is an insert. This is not like the 1 of 1 real Contenders auto, but still a nice card nonetheless. Sold in October, and this is before he got injured, I believe. October 12th. Yeah, for sure is before he got injured. This is after he replaced Trey Lance. Sold for $381. But today, after going and signing with the Raiders for a 3-year contract, pretty big money, $450 buy it now. Now, I have to say, this card was probably sitting there, $450 buy it now. He signs with the Raiders and someone buys it. This isn't like what
after fees and after taxes at the end of the year. Since I don't think they're going to be pushed back those taxes 2 straight years, are you making any money off of this purchase?
So that was going to be my point. Is that there's really not much money made in this specific card from the purchase to the sale. But the other point I'm trying to make too is like, I imagine this card was sitting there. Someone's like, hey, I'd be happy to dump it for around what I paid for it during the NFL season. He gets signed, new team, Devontae Adams, and it sells for $450. I don't know if it's hard to track. I'm saying if his market's really increasing or not, because there's not enough sales data to justify that yet. Raiders, though, man, I don't like any quarterback not named Mahomes or Herbert playing in that division from a boost your value perspective going forward. I mean, maybe they pull off the incredible and win the division, Broncos or Raiders, but or even make the playoffs. It just seems so difficult to really get a lot of traction.
I agree.
So Jimmy Garoppolo, one of the 5 players today, and then this one I threw in there for fun. So Mike White, drafted the Cowboys, but has played for the Jets the last couple of years. He came in and replaced Zach Wilson and had some good games last year, but then ended up breaking some ribs and couldn't play towards down the stretch. So his 2018 Prism Hyper rookie number of 275 sold for $30 today. That is over 3 times the price that sold for in February. And that is because he just got signed to the Dolphins, division rival,
as a backup
for 2 years as a backup. However, the person that bought that for 30 is saying, is Tua really gonna play all 16 games
That's
in
true.
2023?
Or play again.
Well, he'll play again at this point, given
I
they picked
mean,
up his option. But
but you never. Has he been cleared from anything? I don't
yeah,
know.
no, he got cleared. I think like a month ago. I finally saw he got cleared to start to work out and train and stuff like that.
What I find interesting about this scenario is that obviously backup QB for the Jets or starting QB, whatever you want to call it for the Jets, last year, he's gone. Garoppolo's gone. Geno Smith is gone.
Mm-hmm.
Derek Carr is gone. Sam Darnold, not that they're going to sign him, is gone. I saw Baker Mayfield might sign with the Buccaneers. He could be gone. Who's going to be left to throw a football around in New York if they don't trade for Rodgers?
There's twofold here. Is that there's not many teams left that would probably trade for Rodgers, and then the second fold is that the Jets really need a quarterback unless they want to roll with Zach Wilson again.
Yeah, it almost makes you think like they're only bidding against themselves for Rodgers, and yet I wonder if the value went up just because they have no other options to turn to now.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
we'll find out.
You kind of think that the value would go down as more teams go out of the picture for Rodgers, but I think.
Well, no, it was always only a one-horse race.
I know with it. Okay, I suppose you never know if the Raiders would have pulled out some.
Oh, they weren't. They weren't. It was
impossible
a one-horse race
cap-wise, or
what? It was the Jets or the Packers, no other options.
For how long?
What? It's been like that for like a month now.
Okay, well, I guess I just don't read enough. Why couldn't the Raiders do it? Do they not have the money, cap space, or what?
I don't know.
Okay.
I didn't look into it.
Got it. Jets could still get Drew Lock. Well, I don't know if you want to go to see some of Drew Lock either as your quarterback. Next player up here, Jalen Ramsey. And this is kind of similar to Jimmy Garoppolo. Market movement is just about zero here from October until now. It actually is zero or negative after fees. $80 most recently selling Contenders rookie auto. Of course, this is a defensive player, although one of the most hyped defensive players of the last 5 years, even though he's gotten burned by Devontae Adams a few times. And in October, it was $78. So pretty similar pricing here. LA Rams seems like a nice situation when you're winning Super Bowl. It doesn't seem as nice a situation as when they're terrible last year with Matthew Stafford hurt, but now he's on the Dolphins. And I was watching Sports Center the other night. I was actually watching college basketball, and they did like a game break. And whoever was the anchor was like, big blockbuster trade, Jalen Ramsey trade to the Dolphins for third-round pick and backup tight end. Like, how's that a blockbuster trade if they're getting a third-round pick and tight end, backup tight end in return?
Now, remember, it's all about salary cap.
I know. If his contract is huge, he's not going to get as much in return.
Yeah.
If they're taking the money.
If it was just for talent, if it was based purely on talent, it would be, first round pick all day long, but it's not.
Yeah, exactly. But hey, I gotta say, for the Dolphins, hopefully Tua is healthy for their sake, because they were a completely different team last year and was healthy, especially that air attack. And if they add Jalen Ramsey and have a nice defense, I mean, they could seriously make a push, but all of it comes down to is Tua going to be healthy, and we don't know.
But that's why you sign Mike White.
That is why you signed Mike White, one of the probably most competent backups in the league, as long as he doesn't get hurt like last year too. But Ramsey market, hot or not, come next season. I suppose it depends on how the Dolphins are doing, because honestly, like defensive players, it's very hard for their cards to get hot. They either have to be one of the most dominant forces in the NFL, like Aaron Donald, whose cards actually sell for a ton of money, or you kind of have to be making big plays for your team to win, I feel like, on a weekly basis. So we'll see what his cards do come next season. Now, Nate, you can take this one away, because Lamar, man, your guy. I know last year you're repping him hard. He's kind of being disrespected right now, no?
He is being disrespected. Number one, by the Ravens, not signing him to exclusive. The Ravens think they can get a deal done, but they didn't sign him to an exclusive franchise tag that is non-exclusive. So if he were to sign somewhere else, the Ravens would pick up 2 first-round picks for him signing somewhere else. And I get it. He hasn't been healthy and all that stuff. And but if I'm the Ravens and I see I have a former MVP who was very good when on the field, I would simply, and he's only 25, 26, I would simply sign him to a long-term deal, because you know how hard it is to find NFLs or QBs in the NFL. Look how many teams are swapping the Sam Darnolds and the Baker Mayfields and the Mike Whites and all those guys of the world that are getting money. I mean, Mike White, $8 million to be a backup. And I just like, I get if you don't think he's the one to lead you to a Super Bowl and you want to move on, I understand that, but you could have some really just absolutely terrible years moving on from Lamar. And on the other hand, I've seen like a lot of Washington Commanders links to Lamar, and that terrifies me because that field is the worst in football. How many outside of Robert Griffin III, which was a terrible injury, how many other terrible injuries have happened on the field in Washington over the years? And now you're going to put a running QB in Lamar on that field for 8, maybe 9 games a year? No, thank you.
Sounds like that they should probably update their field.
They're not going to do that. They have the worst owner in football, and there's no way he sinks money into this franchise outside of maybe a Lamar before he sells it.
I understand that, but maybe there should be some type of ruling that makes him updated. Player safety is at risk, because that sounds not good.
Yeah.
And you guys, Contenders Auto 9510 here, selling September 2nd for $1,634. Flash forward to today, $300 less, $1,330 was the last sale. And I was looking at just different cards have trended up in value in the last month alone. Okay, so this is obviously a $300 drop since September before the season started. But in the last month alone, there's quite a few of his cards that are like up 30, 40, 50%. I don't know if there's like a specific reason why, if it's like, oh, I think that a team – wait, correct, Nate, you know more about this stuff than me. The non-exclusive tag, if someone matches an offer or if they sign him in an offer and the Ravens like allow them to sign him, do they have to trade picks back to the Ravens?
So the Ravens would get if somebody signs him to an offer and the Ravens decide not to match. The Ravens can match any offer.
Yeah.
And then that's just that Lamar is now theirs at that price that somebody else would pay him. If they decide to not offer him and somebody else, say the Commanders, the way I understand it is that the Commanders would give up 2 future first round picks. I don't know if it is back-to-back years or what, but that's the way I understand it. I could be wrong.
So I heard that same I heard the same thing, but honestly, I've never heard of this before with any other player in football.
Well, I don't think it happens very often.
Yeah, which is why the situation is so interesting and difficult to understand, really, but quite crazy. It all depends on where he's playing, and I don't know, like, can this go all the way up until the season starts? All the offers, like until like.
I'm sure there's a deadline.
There's a what?
Wrong, though. I said I'm sure there's a deadline, but I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know him now.
But
I just know I don't want him to sign with. If he signs with the Commanders, I feel like I'm going to watch this card tank even further. If he re-signs with the Ravens, I feel like it could get a boost.
Okay, there we go. That's the hot nut. All has to do with which team he's playing for. And Joe says running quarterbacks can't make it long term. And Bazooka Tom says Lamar should hire an agent. Joe also says that Lamar is overrated. Yeah, having an agent, I suppose, would help. And Bazooka Tom thinks that Vic Fangio will get Ramsey right down in Miami. All right, that is it for the short football segment. We are on to the must-sell cards right now. Picked by me, purely my opinion. This does not mean that they're going to go up in value, down in value, whatever. This is just me looking at sales over the last month and saying, hey, if I bought this for the purchase price a month ago and now the card value is here, I would really sell this card right now. And you can do with this information what you will. Everyone make up your opinion for yourself on this discussion. And even Nate, I want you to make up your opinion for yourself too. And you tell me if I'm right or wrong on some of these things. And Chances, what's up, Nate? And Aaron, what?
Did I sell too early?
Yeah, possibly. But Chance says, what's up, Nate and Aaron? I finally made a Monday show. Well, Chance, thank you for coming. I know you're always at our Sunday shows. Appreciate you for being here tonight. Yeah, Jason Dominguez. This is not, by the way, I have to say, if there's a player on here, that does not mean every single card of that player should be sold, or it to me should be sold. It has to do with specific cards, looking at specific data points that show, hey, this was a great sale. I would love to make this purchase and sale. So February 13th, 2023, this Bowman Chrome Refractor Auto $499 PSA 1010 of Jason Dominguez sold for around like $1,500. It's like $1,500, $1,600. Dude, there was a sale yesterday for $3,250, Nate. That's double in 1 month up 1625. Now that is some hype. That is some baseball hype. Yes, this card can go further if he has like a great rest of the spring or something else happens. But I would really put my money on, if it was my card, selling it, being very happy with profit. And Nate, you probably sold around the middle way of that graph in terms of his market.
Yep.
So you're still making, some profit on his card. But I would be more than happy to double on his card in the last month for sure.
I mean, I made $150. I can't complain, but I would like to find a comp on mine just to see if I sold too early.
You might be looking for a while. It's orange out 25.
I know.
Tom says that J-Dom is the real deal. He's barely
Ooh.
20.
Okay, so PSA 9 sold for $800 March 7th. My BGS 9 sold $630
For the blue shimmer?
for
Or
the
sorry,
orange
orange
shimmer.
shimmer?
Yeah.
Or
Card
the
letter
PSA
value today $927. I'm going to expense you and Jordan.
And all of the live stream.
Yeah.
Chance says there's so much baseball hype. I bought a Vidal Brujan auto for $30 off PwC and sold a week later for 75. Well, there you go. That's even sooner to double up in 30 to 75. And also Joe's right. Anything can happen. So while the price is right, like if you're making money, you're making money.
Yep.
Very easy situation is Jason Dominguez stinks for the first couple months of the year, and these cards
or
tank.
it came into spring training and wasn't hot.
Yeah, and then you never made money in the first place or had a chance to make money in the first place. And really, we can beat this horse to death many times, which I probably have too much recently, but I'll do it again for the sake of it, because this is just crazy to me how the BGS 9.5 Bryce Harper refractor auto at 500 is $1,560 the last sale a few days ago. I get that this is a PSA 1010. I understand there's a little bit more value in that. But heck.
And also Harper's not healthy.
Right now?
Right now, correct.
What happened?
Coming off of elbow surgery. Should be able to DH this year, but he's not going to play the field.
I had no idea about that.
Yeah. So that plays a factor in it.
When did that happen?
I think he went down end of last year with it.
Oh, but then he played through the injury as a DH, you're saying?
Correct.
Oh, okay.
He played through the injury in the playoffs.
Oh, all right. Well, my mistake for not understanding the injury, which is probably why this has dropped in this past month. But my point still remains that Bryce Harper is a really freaking good baseball player. Has done a lot of good things on the diamond. Has made it to the World Series. Has won MVPs. Dominguez, yes, hype is there, but man, he's not even close, Nate, I feel like, to where Harper's prospect status was at the time that Harper was called up and stuff.
Well, Harper was if you were to compare anybody in terms of hype at the time they were 16 to Bryce Harper, it would be Jason Dominguez, because the hype around him was absurd.
Yes.
As a 16-year-old signee. But remember, Bryce Harper had a Sports Illustrated cover at 16, right?
Yeah.
He played college baseball at 17, and not only did he play college baseball, he obliterated the college baseball scene.
So a little bit more known of a thing is what you're saying.
Yeah.
Or a lot of it more known.
But honestly, I actually think it's kind of an interesting comp, because it's probably as close as we're going to get to another Bryce Harper. But Jason Dominguez, is he 20 already?
Yeah, and like, what's his prospect status? Has he ever even cracked or at least in the last year and a half, cracked the top 30?
Well, he started out top 30s. He's more around the 50 mark for a lot of lists now.
And I guess
I can tell you, Baseball America 67, Major League or MLB Pipeline 47, Baseball Prospectus 63, and I know Fangraphs, I think he's directly in the middle at 50.
And that's why I look at it and say, like, I get it when he was signed and the big hype was there. The cards were probably around this much in value, or if not more. But the fact that he's now went through that big slump and then went through dropping on a prospect list to already get this high up without cracking the top 30s or top 25s or seeing like real prolonged success, that's what's concerning to me.
This is a definite sell for me as well.
Okay.
It's just and I sold my Jason Mingus, right? So like it's obviously a sell for me, but it is interesting because of just the Yankees, the hype around him from such a young age, the playing well in spring training. Like a lot of that is hard to quantify where his cards could go because it's just not the same. The Yankees factor is like how much does that add to his market? It's a gigantic amount that we can't quantify.
I mean, literally, as Evan pointed out, you could spend a little bit more money and get a PSA 10 auto out of 499 Julio Rodriguez, who won AL Rookie of the Year and is clearly a superstar. Plays in Seattle.
Bazooka
What?
Tom with the low blow.
Tom, you really got to do Nate like that, bringing up his Soto sale of like $500 or something like that?
300. 300. And
well,
I didn't want to sell it.
I sold my 9510 for 500.
Yeah.
What a time.
Hey, but at least I sold and made profit. I've got a buddy who's been sitting on a BGS 9 for years and could have sold like last year for 3,000, could have sold before that for like 4,000 or something, and instead he's still holding on to it. And BGS 9.5 Sotos are like 1,750 right now.
Yikes.
So, but he did buy that BGS 9, I think, for like $400 or something.
Oh, we take that.
So he's still making money. It's just like he held, thinking he could get it way higher, and
that's why sometimes you just gotta bite the bullet and sell, and then not look back. So I got Fernando Tatis Jr. here. Not necessarily all Fernando Tatis Jr.'s cards, like I said, but this specific card, because if I can make money on an Allen Ginter base rookie PSA 10 for $50, I'm doing that all day. Now I can't because I didn't buy this, but literally these things, were probably around like $30, $35. Now they're up. This one sold for almost 60, I think. Allen and Ginter base rookie like this full size does nothing for me. Some of the framed autos are cool, like this mini rookie here of Kershaw is cool, black border. But like
you have a mini.
Yeah, this is his rookie though, black border rookie. This is the one that we got in PWCC for the Raw. I just graded it. Came back. It's a mini 8 now. Pretty cool. Yeah. That's not his rookie, though.
It's not his rookie. It's second year. But it's an auto.
It's cooler than this. Either way, my point is I like this type of card, this mini here. This full size rookie does absolutely zero for me.
Where I disagree with you, not on the base full size rookies, like I don't care, but the full size autos they put in Allen and Ginter, when most of them are mini border, you get a nice full size auto. Those cards are great.
Yeah, they are nice. They are nice. Don't get me wrong. And then Tatis, I feel like if you could make money the second on Tatis, I wouldn't say no, because I do like how Nate breaks it down sometimes. Like how many players came on a team before, like not all of them can sell for so much money. And the Padres have got a lot of players that they signed, and Soto I think is clearly
going to be a huge. They're going to be a huge test case on how many star players you can have on a team before there's arbitrage, so to speak. Because I believe, I could be wrong, but I believe that the local market boosts up a player's market to an extreme, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, there's a reason A's cards and Rays, well, not Rays anymore, but there's a reason like A's cards and teams like that don't sell as well. It's because the local market doesn't care. But you get Brewers guys, their Brewers fans care, and they set the market, and then the people after that just want the prospects, they're paying higher and higher. So then if you have too many stars and the local market has to decide between where to spend their money, I could be wrong. That's just a theory I have. Not
to mention from a marketing standpoint, Tatis is not the guy anymore. He's just not. He's just not after all that stuff that's happened. They signed Soto a long-term deal, and it's going to be Soto. It's going to be Machado and Bogarts, and
when they sign him.
Yeah. When. But yeah, I'm a sell on that. I'm a sell on this card right here, right now. This is D'Angelo Russell, 2015 Prism Silver Rookie PSA 9. February 11th, it was $15.50.
Goodness.
Today, it's now upwards of $55 as a PSA 9, like 3 weeks later. Now, in that time frame, yes, Russell got traded to the Lakers, back to the Lakers, And he also had some really good games the last 2 days. Now, here's the deal, is that the Lakers in no way, shape, or form are like a lock to do well in the playoffs or even make the top 8 seeds. So I would sell this card for like 3 times the money right now and be very happy with it because, I mean, yeah, LeBron can come back. I guess for D'Angelo Russell's career standpoint, congrats him to be back in LA and doing some cool things, but I'd like to make money in D'Angelo Russell right now if I can.
I would agree.
You agree with that?
And then I would not buy back in.
I would not buy back in. I know there's some people talking about before about buying back in. Kill McCarr is a good sell candidate as the Avs are so injured right now. Man, they've been really injured the whole year, haven't they been, Evan? I still have our McCarr card. I was thinking about selling it at some point here soon. So we'll see, Evan, if that's the right time. All right, Anthony Edwards. His cards are doing extremely well right now. Now, the guy's been insanely good this year. He's played every single game, which I think is extremely impressive. I just looked at ESPN NBA's like top headlines today. I think 5 of the 7 headlines were this player out, this player out, this player out, like all these, and it's not like
it's making a terrible product.
Yeah, well, the problem is that this isn't, in the past when someone gets injured, Jason Tatum's out 2 to 4 weeks with a meniscus sprain. This is now literally just Tatum sitting tonight. Like there's like barely any like verbiage around it, medical verbiage around it, which is what's annoying. And Anthony Edwards at the All-Star break even like kind of called guys out for like, hey, like we should be playing every game if you physically can, should be playing every game. And here's his Prism-based rookie SGC 10 that went from $30 and the last sale did $70. Now, that's not to say that the next sale will do $70. That was a good sale. I think someone probably had good timing with what they're listing and not any others available because there's no other SGC 10s available on the market right now. But that's a pretty big gain, 141% in 1 month. That's not a card I would spend money on, a Prism-based rookie. And yeah, it's a 10, but there's just no chance I'm buying that. So I think the fact that this card trended that high really shows how much his market is moving right now. Because even this like Prism Blue rookie number out of 199 PSA 10 is now over like 4.5K, which is a huge value for that card. That's really, really big, and it's moved like 40% in the last like month. So I'd sell this specific card. I don't know if I'd sell nice Anthony Edwards cards yet, because I think that, man, if Cat does come back and they do make something happen in the playoffs, like he's having a great year. And he's a super exciting player.
Yeah.
All right, now we got some hockey here. I see Evan's talking hockey a lot. So I was like, I got to get at least like one card of each sport out here. And one of the trending young guns for this past month was Casey Milstead, PSA 10 rookie young guns for Buffalo Sabres. Now he played at the high school right next to the city where I lived in Minnesota. He played at Eden Prairie, won a state title, got drafted, I think, 2nd overall in the 2018 NHL draft. So lo and behold, I've had a stack of Casey Milstead cards for 4 years now. And when I was looking at card ladder trending hockey cards today, I was shocked, shocked to find out that these cards I've had for 4 years are now some of the top trending hockey cards of the last month. So you know what I'm doing tonight is I'm taking all these cards, I'm going to list them. And he's a sell for me, legitly, not just me sitting here and talking about it.
What else you got there?
I've got an orange checkers out of 25 platinum rookie. It's an 8.5. I've got an exquisite rookie 2003 tribute out of 25 gold foil, like the LeBron RPA. A couple other numbered things. This is probably the best one. It's its Future Watch patch auto number of 100. That was like $100 now. Probably bought it for pretty cheap back in the day. And then I got this gold seismic rookie out of 50 and this SGC 10 Future Watch auto rookie. So yeah,
you weren't lying. You have a lot of cards.
What do you say?
Said you weren't lying.
Oh, no, I was not lying. This orange sold for like $80 raw in January. So I'm hoping I can get somewhere, even if it's like 50, 60. That'd be sick. And Evan said Milstead had huge hype in an Amazing World Juniors the year prior to his draft. Some guys just take time to mature, and that's definitely true. I know he'd spent some time in the AHL, but this card here.
If you grew up in Minnesota.
What?
I said, especially if you grew up in Minnesota, it takes you a lot of time to mature.
You're a ridiculous person. $38 for his PSA 10 a month ago, $70 for his young guns now. I don't know if I can get 70 for that, but I'll try to get as close as I can. And just pretty excited, I guess, to find that out today. I've literally just been sitting in a box in the room for like 4 years, and now here we go. So
like free money.
I mean, I was not planning on selling them, but hey, if they went up in value, why not? Tua. So Tua lands on the list, and then we talked about the Dolphins situation earlier with Jalen Ramsey. And literally, if I can make money on Tua within the last month with his concerns over injuries, and I know it stinks, and this is not against Tua himself because that's just really unfortunate. But I would take the money. I take the sure money. You never know what's going to happen on a football field, as we've seen. And someone who's had as many head injuries as he has had, I just think that that's a lot of money to risk having in someone over $3,000 for a stained glass PSA 10. I hope he does well. I hope he stays healthy. I hope he has a great success with the Dolphins, but it's just too much money for me to have in him, especially if I can make money on it in the last month.
I agree.
All right, next up, Jay Love. And I would love to sit here and say, yes, buy, hold, go Love, let's win Packers. Here's my thoughts. Rodgers will get traded. We'll have a decent draft, hopefully, or maybe we'll blow it. And I think we'll come into the year date with like a decent amount of hype around like just the new year and stuff. And I think his cards will probably be higher than what they are today. But I think that we'll probably have like a pretty rough 3 to 4 weeks to start the year. Like his first 3 to 4 weeks, I think it's not going to go that well. And that's not because I don't believe in him. I do. I just think that anytime you just take the starting job. What?
So I said,
no. I do believe in Jordan Love.
I know.
This is what I know.
Sounded like you don't.
This is what I know. I've watched plenty of quarterbacks have a lot of hype going into their very first start, either have an okay start or not as good as fans or card collectors hope, and the cards quickly tank very fast. So he doesn't only have to be good, he'd have to be very good for these cards to even maintain the values probably they're doing right now or what they're going to be doing going into the season. So I'd sell. 44% increase in 1 month on a Silver Prism PSA 10. I'd sell. Now, I think he'll do well throughout the season. I hope his career goes really well in Green Bay. We drafted him in the first round for a reason. Sam behind Rodgers. Sounds like he's progressed a ton. Mark Murphy's got confidence in him. He looked good last year when he came in. So I'm excited. I'm excited about him, but I would say capitalize when you can for the sure money, as you never know what will happen.
I have a question for you, Aaron.
Yes.
How many Jordan Love cards do we own?
Oh, bro, I don't even want to talk about it. 0. Dude, I looked at probably at least 100 Jordan Love cards between the start of last season until now. And to own 0 is absolutely.
How did pulling the trigger on cards is my problem. I'm the one that looks at cards and then doesn't buy them. How did we get it to where we both said we got to buy Jordan Love, we got to buy Jordan Love, we got to buy Jordan Love, and then we still ended up with no Jordan Love?
Dude, I could probably go and look and filter by
what you bid on PWCC.
Yes, and look at all the Jordan Loves that I passed on. There was a PSA 10 Blue Ice for sure that we didn't buy. It's like $350 or $400. And I wouldn't be surprised if, what is this Silver PSA 10 doing right now? Bro, it's doing more than that.
Yeah.
It's $1,000 card as of January 27th. That's not even this last like month and a half of hype. It's probably like a $1,500 card now.
How did we miss the boat so badly?
I don't know. Really blew it. Not good. Not good. Well, I hope he does really well, even if we don't make money on his cards. I'd love to see him do well in Green Bay. Next up is Neymar. Tough scene for Neymar, bro. So many injuries. It just can't string together a run of form at all through the last few years of his career. Kind of flopped out of the World Cup again this year. Heartbreak again. And I just say, if your Neymar values, if you think you can get a certain dollar you're happy with, go for it. If you want to hold him, go for it. He's a phenomenal talent. His highlight tape is absolutely unbelievable. I was going to go buy a decent amount of his cards coming out of the World Cup when they lost, hoping that I could buy the dip and then get them in the Champions League, thinking they might go and win it. Well, they got eliminated already. I'm really glad I didn't. So shout out to Andrew. St. Craig Cards are talking me about buying some nice Neymar cards because I was very close to doing it. And I would probably sell at this point because there's only so many times that player can get injured and maintain their high values, in my opinion. Now, yes, he's, like I said, amazing talent, one of the icons of world football. But if you can make a little bit of money, or if you can get what you got or what you paid for them, I wouldn't say no to that. And then the very last one here is Lando Norris from Formula One. For those that aren't familiar, he drives for McLaren. McLaren is absolutely garbage this year, like literally one of the possible 3 worst teams this year, depending on how it goes with Alfa Romeo and some of the other midfield teams. But, I think someone got an Uber steal on an auction that sold for like $160 for this image variation PSN refractor. and then it sold recently for $300 right before the first race, or the day of the first race of the year. So like I seriously doubt you could get $300 for this card now, considering how bad they were the first week, and it doesn't look like the season's going to go well. But I'd say if you could get $300, it wouldn't be bad to make money on it if you bought it for 160. So that's where I'm at. I think the season's going to be really difficult for them. Maybe he moves teams if like Red Bull want him bad enough. Oh, if Red Bull want him bad enough to pay him out of his contract because he's got like a long-term contract with McLaren, we'll see. But it's not looking good. Their development's been terrible. It's only went backwards over the last couple of years. So there is my must sell cards right now. What do we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Actually, no, 9. That Harper I wasn't saying it's a must sell. I was just saying use it for comparison.
You're comparing.
Yeah. I wouldn't say to sell Harper on like a 40% loss in the last month.
No.
Wait for him to come back from injury, and hopefully he has a good run of form again. Chances, are we going to see any SlabStox content in the new Disney Kakao Phantom cards from China? So I saw they released the Disney 100 year celebration cards. My problem with them, and maybe it's not fair for me to have a problem with them, I haven't done enough digging, is that it really looks like a copyrighted design from Prism. They pretty much took Prism designs, I felt, and looked like they mashed them together and then threw the Disney characters on them. And I know it's something very new. I know there's numbered cards in it, which is cool. I'll have to look into it a little bit more. But it didn't have the same allure for me to the Pixar cards that I have in my collection. I've been doing some streams and whatnot with. I will have another one this week for I'll talk about. But I think that, they'll probably have value. I know that people like it. I know people are ripping them and stuff like that. I just don't know if it's something I want to jump into because I already really like the Pixar side. I can only do so much too. But we'll see. I mean, if there's some really high sales, why not cover it? What's up, Gabriel? Glad you made it at the very end of the stream today. Nate, anything that pops to your mind right now? I know you can put these together, but anything that pops to your mind right now, like, hey, this would be a must sell.
For me, Jordan Walker. We have the one Jordan Walker that's being sold this week on Whatnot. And for me, just because of the hype and 20 years old and everything, I mean, how well will he have to hit in the majors to be able to sell this high, in the short term or sell higher? Like, he'd have to tear the cover off the ball instantaneously. Could he do it? Sure. Do I want to bet on that? No. So I would rather sell. That'd be the one guy I would have thrown in here as well.
Awesome. I was going to put him in there, but I was like, we covered him like 5 different areas over the last couple weeks. So I'll leave him out. But I agree with you on that. Dan says, y'all see Leighton pull the Dynasty Hamilton 1-on-1. I did not. I'll have to go check that out after the stream ends.
Wait, did you share that? Did you see that like professional golfer? Why can't I think of his name right now?
Yes. Ian. I think his name's Ian.
Ian Poulter.
Yes, I did. He pulled the Leclerc, and the Leclerc made the video. Super cool.
Yeah.
He pulled the one with the Monaco flag. Yeah, that is super, super cool. What's up, Rage508? Good to see you in the chat. So to end today's stream, I want to give a shout out to our live streams throughout the week. I know you can catch us here on Monday, but then Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, you can also catch us on the Whatnot app, where we'll be doing Tuesday Topps Chrome Formula One Hobby Pick Your Team case break. But one of the boxes in the case we'll be giving away for free. So come along and join some pack giveaways with Nate tomorrow night. Wednesday, I'll be doing some different Pixar singles. I also have some boxes in case anyone want to check out the Weiss Schwarz Pixar cards. What do you say?
It's tomorrow night. What's brewing?
You could call it What's Brewing. Yeah, we'll be doing giving away a box. If you want to have a drink, go ahead. But yeah, it's just part of the case break. So we're just going to wrap into the case break all at one time. A little combo thing. And then Thursday is really the big day this week. If you're going to say like one thing I want to do this week with SlabStox, Thursday, 6 p.m. Eastern time. All the streams are at 6 p.m. Eastern time. Nate's got over 100 different baseball lots, a lot of them for good deals. Different singles being raw, graded, lots, and they're all uploaded in the Whatnot store already. So if you went and checked out our Whatnot store actually for that stream on Thursday, you could go look through the store, try to find the best deals before anyone else looks at it, because this is our first time even saying that, and go buy a couple things if you'd like. I know Nate will be tossing out some deals.
To be fair, I still have probably like 20 cards to image and another like 5 cards to upload, but for the most part, they're all in there.
I was gonna say you're like 95% of the way there, 90% of the way there. Yeah. So go ahead and check that out. That's gonna be a great time. I'll be there active with Nate the entire time, just on the back end, on the computer, typing with you guys and everything. So I'm pretty excited about that. And this will be Nate's actually like first baseball stream. Well, first one in a while. You did some auctions, a while back, but really big baseball stream here. Super excited about it. So I hope to see a lot of y'all there. And anything you want to say about it other than what I just said? I know I kind of took that right.
Should be a really fun time. We've got maybe not all of the rookies per se that you'd like to see, but if you are big on prospects, or Wander Franco for that matter, we have a little bit of probably almost every team for you, and a lot of the bigger name, newer prospects coming out. So should be a good time.
Yeah, I'm super pumped. And Gabriel, yes, every once in a while, happen to be a beer drinker.
And me more than every once in a while.
Bazooka Tom, when is this? Thursday, 6 p.m. Eastern time this week. Whatnot app. Go on the app. If you haven't downloaded it yet, you can go under the description. There's a link that gets you $10 in free credit. That if you do buy something on Nate's stream on Thursday, you'll actually get $10 off your purchase. And you can go to our account, just search SlabStox, save the stream on Thursday. You'll get a notification when it goes live. But Thursday at 6 p.m. Eastern time, going to be super, super fun. So I'm excited about that. We hope to see you there, Tom, and everyone else. Chance says, awesome show. Going to have to tune into more of these. Lando's definitely a buy for me, especially with his Twitch streams. Just got to find the right card. Chance, I think that Lando could be a sell right now if you're making money, but a big buy throughout the season if his card's tanking, McLaren's doing bad. I should have specified that. That's not to say that Lando doesn't have a future. It's just like right now, I don't think McLaren's going to do well at all this year.
Aaron, I did not tie 2 and 2 together. What time does Kansas play on Thursday?
Oh, I don't know.
Let's see here. 11 a.m. Oh, we're good. Okay.
Good thing, because that's been scheduled for a while. All right, 11 a.m. Kansas plays. Come and see Nate, either super sad or super pumped, but at least
we are not losing to a 16 seed. Not happening.
If he's super, super dejected and sad, maybe we'll get good deals because you won't care about anything.
It's true. I'd probably give the cards away for free at that point.
All right, everyone. We really appreciate hanging out with us tonight. Monday, 6 p.m. Eastern time. Every week we're live here on SlabStox YouTube. Come check us out and whatnot this week. And we'll see you all in the next streams this week.
See you, everyone.